Good evening for all. Today we are going to talk about one of the crucialist topics in English conversation. How to talk with a native speaker friend who comes to visit you in your country, Egypt, or even any country all over the world. He wants to pay you a visit, he comes for a vacation, and you want to make a full conversation with him. You're gonna ask him about his program and how many days that he gonna stay in Egypt or even in any country in the world. Then you have to learn today how to make a full conversation or a full dialogue with him. Actually, this video totally will be in English language, but I promise that you're gonna understand it perfectly by 100%. Just stay tuned with me. The first situation, or firstly, when you see him in the arrival's gate. So you have to welcome him, so you have to say, "Welcome to Egypt." This is the first thing. Welcome to Egypt. How nice to meet you. Pleased to meet you. This is the first. So whenever you see your friend, your pen friend, or your native speaker friend who comes to visit you in your country, you have to welcome him at first. So you have to say, "Welcome to Egypt. How nice to see you. Nice to see you. Good to see you." And this is the first. Secondly, you have to inquire from him about the place he's gonna stay in Egypt. You have to ask him about the residence or the accommodation or the hotel or the housing here in Egypt or in your country that he's gonna stay in. So you have to say, "Where will you stay here? Where will you stay here?" And by this question, you're gonna ask him, you're gonna inquire, you're gonna know some information about the housing, about the residence, about his accommodation here in Egypt, and this is very important to be known for you. After taking his luggage in a limousine or even your car or anything that's gonna drive him into his hotel that he's gonna stay in, you have to understand from him some important information. The first thing you must know, you must understand what kinds of food would he like to eat, or what kinds of drinks he would like to eat, according to the breakfast and the lunch and the dinner. So the question is, what kinds of food would you like to eat? What kinds of food would you like to eat? Would you like Egyptian dishes? Actually, you're gonna offer him some Egyptian dishes like kushari, like chicken, like processed, like anything. You're gonna offer him some kinds of foods that he would like to eat. And this is a question. This is a really important question that you have to ask him in order to answer. Then you have to understand what kinds of food would he like to eat. So the question again, what kinds of food would you like to eat? What kinds of drinks would you like to take? Then moving to the most main part in this episode, you have to inquire about his program here in Egypt. Actually, there are some places that he wants to visit, some restaurants, okay, some places to buy souvenirs, some shops to buy clothes, and so on. So you have to ask him some questions about the program here in Egypt. How? The first question is, what places would you like to visit in Egypt? What places would you like to visit here in Egypt? I have some restaurants for you. I have some restaurants for you. Here we have McDonald's and Kentucky, but I have some places to eat. Can I take you to, for example, if you want to take him to eat one of the most popular dishes here in Egypt, like kushari, you know? So you have to say him, for example, what about going to eat kushari in Al-Tahrir Square? What about eating kushari in Al-Tahrir Square? So again, for wrapping up this episode or this part, I want to tell you some questions to be asked for him. The first, what are the places would you like to visit in Egypt? What are the places would you like to visit in Egypt? What kinds of food would you like to eat? What kinds of drinks or what types of drinks would you like to take? If you want to buy souvenirs, we can go to Khan al-Khalili. If you want to buy souvenirs, we have to go to Khan al-Khalili. What about visiting the pyramids and the Sphinx? What about visiting the pyramids and the Sphinx? All of these are ideas that must be said to your friend who comes to visit you from another country, you know? So please don't forget to study the questions before, and these questions actually in order to understand how to make a good dialogue or how to make a good conversation with your native speaker friend. At the end of this session, if you like this video, if this video is useful for you all, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to activate the bell button which is found here inside my video. Secondly, I would like to tell you something. Please don't forget to train, don't forget to exercise, don't forget to practice these sentences and these questions which are provided here in this video, because this is gonna help you actually and totally by 100% in how to make a conversation or a full dialogue with a native speaker dialect who comes to visit you from another country here in Egypt. Okay, please wait for me in the next episode, and don't forget, the more you train, the more you gain. Wait for me.